man or any other person, big or old or young, it is good to take advice from the people that are close to you. And it's always a good thing. Getting advice from the uncles, getting advice from the close people you work with. But let me tell you something, bro. Always have the final decision. Always have the final decision. Decide by yourself what you're going to do, not from the advice. Yes, even if they tell you what this is right, this is, but at the long run, at the end of the story, go and sit with yourself, have a meeting with yourself, and make a decision for yourself. Because some of these people are giving advice, these close friends, these close relatives, some of them, they can give you an advice that can finish you up, an advice that can finish you in the ground. Yes, some of them are not good. Some of them are not for goodwill for you. So as you're making decisions or as you're taking the advice, don't only take the advice. Take the advice, filter the advice. The only place where you can get genuine advice is just from the Holy Spirit. For that case, that is if you're a Christian. That is the only place you can get a genuine advice. 100% sure. That is a sure bet that the Holy Spirit will always guide you by whatever means, by giving you the right advice. But these others remaining, is always good to take them. Listen to them, pay attention, whatever. But some of them, they can end up finishing you on the ground and whatever thing you're doing. So, because some of the uncles, they are older than you, I know. They may sit you down and give you an advice. Some of them may give the right advice. The advice that if you do, you shall go to the next level. The advice, if you follow, your life may change. The advice, if you follow, things may turn around. But some of them, they can also give you advice, yes, but things may turn around in the negative direction. This is because some of them may not want good for you. Some of them may not want the good for you, for your life. So that is why I am saying that before you act on the advice that you get from people, before you act on the advice that you get from the uncles, the relatives, the sisters, the brothers, wherever, the parents, whatever, listen to the action. Go and sit down by yourself. If you're a Christian, go and pray. Go and pray. Yes, ask it. Let the Holy Spirit also speak to you. Or wherever, whether if you're a Muslim, you have your God. You can go to your God, because that is where you will get the right advice. That is the trustworthy the most trustworthy place you can be sure. Some of the people are weird. Some of our friends are weird. Yes. Can close you up. They can finish you up. You know, the greatest enemy you have is the closest friend. That is the big enemy. That is the greatest enemy that you can never know. So as a man, bro, as I'm giving this advice, from where you're watching me, whether in Kenya, which country, whether in TZ, yes, whether in Uganda, whether you're watching me from America, watching me from US, from Ghana, from Nigeria, what I mean is that before you take actions from the advice that you get from people, sit down by yourself and also make a decision, not necessarily from the advice, but what you will hear from your spirit, from your body, what you feel. Yes. And if you do that, my friend, bro, even if you're failing, fail not because you're giving advice from anyone, but fail because you got the advice from yourself. You decided by yourself, not from any persuasive nature. but from yourself, that you blame yourself for the fault. Are you listening? Yes? If you're listening, there on the dot, go and do it. Go and do action. Just now. I know even you, as you are listening for me now, some of you, even as you're listening to this podcast now, you have just been given an advice. Just yesterday, you were given an advice. And even tomorrow, I know you are going to get an advice from the counselors, the consultants, people everywhere. You have already booked a consultation. You have already booked, you've called someone, you're meeting them the next meeting. But now the next meeting, what you're going to ask is the next step. Before you go there, you yourself, sit down by yourself, listen to yourself, guide yourself, and even later on, also sit down. Don't make decision from them. Don't base your full decision from the advice that they gave you. Because some of them may give you just one advice, just one advice that can finish you on the ground. Others are good, the good friends. They're also good friends. They can give you one advice that can change you. Because you see now, one thing you should know, that you can neither learn. There is no place you can learn. The only place you can learn is either you read it or you're told. That means that the only new thing you can get is that you can only get it from person. Because the written ones are the people who wrote the things. The speech, it is from people. So you can only get a move from people. Right? Others have continue to do that. Continue to do that. This is full syllabus. You can continue the syllabus.